Oh everyone, the Irish political classes are really something else. Not alone are they happy destroying our society and economy with the neoliberal policies that's led to a huge disasters in so many crises in Ireland with housing, homelessness, health service as well. They're dead set on destroying any notion of our sovereignty and any notion of our neutrality. Because this weekend an Irish Navy ship has been deployed with a NATO warship on an exercise under NATO's Partnership for Peace. It's not ironic. NATO, Partnership for Peace, really shouldn't be used in the same sentence, but this is the nonsense that they try and push to drive us towards more war. Ireland's been a member of this for well over 20 years. Again, it's been a slow death march of our neutrality. We've seen that by successive governments trying to sidle up to their masters in Brussels and masters in Washington DC rather than serving the interests of the people domestically here in Ireland. And of course, people are very distracted because of these things going on, and they don't really realise that it's gone on a slippery slope until it's gone so far. But as I said, this weekend a NATO warship is going to be involved in this individual tailored partnership programme. Isn't that interesting? Individual tailored partnership programme. This comes on the back of last year where NATO members were in Kilworth Barracks in Cork assessing Irish Defence Force members. It comes on the visit of Rob Bauer, who's the Admiral General of NATO, to Dublin back about 5-6 months ago. It comes on the back of Sean Clancy getting the next position as the head of the EU defence brief. And also it comes on the back of the work of EU battle groups such as working with Irish troops in Gormanstown recently, working towards a deployment. We can see the world falling apart at the seams geopolitically because of the tensions that are ratcheting up. We can look to Ukraine or we can look to the Middle East. And also the drive towards more war seems to be dragging us along with it because of our cowardly political leaders. This also comes in the context of money, because obviously we know the military industrial complex is always going to profit massively from this, but who also profits? Now there's a push towards a transatlantic electricity link, which is intended to protect NATO's energy security, or NATO members' energy security. And lo and behold, who are these big investment capitalists looking to involve in it? They're looking to have a transatlantic cable that will come from North America, Canada, the US, make landfall in Ireland, a neutral state. But of course, these investment capitalists will say it's not about neutrality, it's about protecting our energy security. And the estimations are that they're looking to fundraise between 5 and 20 million initially, and the plan would take up to 15 years to complete and charge and cost up to 40 billion euro. And of course these investment bankers want to make money out of the public purse, because this is going to be a public-private partnership. What's not to love when you're a big investment banker trying to look for investment in this? And it's also very fascinating because they've also said that they will not be looking for any Chinese material in the building of these cables. And also they will not be looking for any Chinese money or Russian money involved in this either. So we can see the geopolitical tensions ratcheting up. We can also see the drive towards more war ratcheting up geopolitically. And also we can see the erosion of our neutrality. We can see that with the Irish political classes trying to erode the triple lock, which means that it needs a UN security mandate followed by Dáil approval to send more than 12 more of our defence members to foreign deployments. And we can see through the work in Ukraine that the Irish Army has been involved in demining, which again is party to the war. And Ireland as a neutral country should have no hand, act or part in war. In our constitution, it states that we should seek pacific settlements to international disputes. This is critically important because what the Irish government are doing is acting against the interests of the people of Ireland and against our constitutional demands also as well. Because as a neutral country, under the Hague Convention, there are rights and obligations of neutral countries, and it is very important to note that it is very important to note under the Hague Convention, which Ireland coincidentally isn't a part of, but again, it shows the a la carte neutrality that is portrayed by the political classes in terms of claiming we're neutral when they're anything but. Because that would mean you would refrain from involving yourself in war. Ireland would ensure that it would have its own defence. We can see the defence forces being ran down for years and years. And also not allow belligerent states to use its territory. Well, Ireland has been complicit in many wars in terms of using Shannon Airport, for instance, as a military air base for the United States through their illegal wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, and many more incidents as well. You can see the recent incidents in Israel also as well, and the use of sovereign airspace. But as I've said, it is the Pacific Settlements International Dispute which is critically important. We should be using our voice for diplomacy, standing up for Irish neutrality, and have an active neutrality where you have a properly resourced defence forces, and not have these side deals with the RAF to protect our airspace, and not these deals with the NATO and battle groups and dragging us towards more war with these individual tailored programmes. But this has been a long-standing issue in Ireland. It goes back to probably the 50s, even with Sean Lemass doing deals for the foreign direct investment to allow use of airports. And in the recent past has been ratcheted up because of the push towards the free market everywhere, the neoliberal free market, free from democratic control. And geopolitically we can see the tensions ratcheting up because of all that, and the drive towards other countries, for instance, moving towards the BRICS alliance, and the push away from the dollar as the reserve currency. Now this is what's really going on, and why the Irish political establishment are siding up and being cowardly in terms of not standing up for a strong and active neutrality and explaining what that really means, rather than trying to drive towards more, being driven towards more war by many warmongers within the European Union. We have von der Leyen and many more people pushing for more war rather than pushing for peace. Ireland should be pushing for peace, and that's what's critically important now more than ever in a world that's so volatile and so unpredictable, or what could come down the tracks in terms of how close we could come to a nuclear confrontation. It's absolutely insane, and they should be using their voice as a small country and as a country that was colonised for hundreds of years, knowing the horrors and impacts of being colonised. We should not be now colonised economically by some other power who is pushing us. And it's interesting to note as well that NATO also have their offices in Brussels, next door to the European Union, across the street. So thanks for the support with my videos, really appreciate them, and take care, and thanks a lot, and please press subscribe. Take care, bye bye.